Hey guys, so you should now be very comfortable with where the black keys are in all of those groups and everything. So our next project is going to be moving on. We're going to go to page 14, naming white keys. And if you look right beneath this little keyboard where they have all the keys listed, we're going to go to this example right here, 1-13. And we're going to figure out where all of the white notes are first and play up before we talk about some tricks to figure out which note is what, okay? So I'm going to scooch you guys over here. So if you can go to the very bottom note, I know I said that this is A right here, and play it with your third finger. We're going to take that third finger from A and then go up each key and name it out loud, just like you see in the example, okay? So we're going to go pretty slow, and I'm just going to go through probably about 4 measures or so just to start you guys off. So first we're going to start with A, move up, B, keep the same finger, C, D, E, F, G, and pause and kind of hold that, regroup if you need to. Now as you keep going, you can pick up the pace to as much as you feel comfortable, but you do not have to go fast right now. So we left off at G, so now we're going to go do the next round. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then pause. So after you stop this video, you can go ahead and I want you to go back to 113 and keep that same process going. About maybe around the middle of the piano, it's going to help to switch to your right hand. Otherwise, you're going to be crossing over like that, and it's going to be a little bit awkward. Plus, when we get started playing with both hands, the left hand is going to be towards the lower side of the piano, which is toward the left, and the right side is going to be towards the higher side of the piano, which is towards the right side of the piano. Okay? Alright, so now that we feel a little bit comfortable with that, you can practice it a little bit more in your own time. We're going to move on to the next page 15, on finding white keys. And you'll see there are about 6 things listed right here that we're going to go through really quickly, with little tips on how to find different white notes based off of what kind of group of black keys are around. So I'm going to swivel you back a little bit more over to here. And actually, I'm going to try to hold this up right here just right now and prop it up so you can see. So there we go. So if you go to any group of 2 black keys right here, so I want you guys to find one. It doesn't matter where it is on the piano. All of the keys right next to it, C, is going to be right below these group of 2 black keys, the very lowest one. D is going to be smack in the middle. So you can mess around with that. You can play D and then play these right after it. And then E is going to be on top of that, okay? And then you can play that underneath just as many times as you need to, okay? So that one's a little bit easier than the next one. F, G, A, and B. And here I'm actually going to swivel this back up and then find a group of 3 black keys. It does not matter where. F is going to be, the very lowest one of those. So, and then we're going to have G, A, and B, or G, A, and B right above it, but these are the 3 black notes. G is going to be the next one up. A is going to be the next one up after that, and then B is going to be on top of them. My computer camera is a little backwards right now, so I apologize, but if you use the graph that's on page 15, then you're going to feel a little bit more, probably going to make a little bit more sense than my demonstration, but it's always good to kind of have time to practice that and play these notes out loud and everything. So once you are comfy with that, we're going to go on and kind of just dive into a little short piece. We're going to go to page 16, and right underneath the keyboard that has C, D, E groups, we are going to try to do 1-14, okay? So you're going to pick a group of C, D, and E. So those are the notes that are right next to the groups of 2 black keys, which I'll show you in a second. And with each group, you're going to move up the piano. So that's why you want to start in as low of a spot on the piano as you possibly can. Otherwise, you might run out of room if you start up high. So we're going to swivel you around a little bit, and I'm going to start just with my right hand because the stems are going to go up right here, so that means we're going to play with our right hand. We're going to start with our thumb, so 1 on C, and that should put 2 and 3 on D and E. Tilt that up just a little bit slight more. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going, it's not finger numbers because then we get really locked onto a specific note. We're going to name note names out loud, and then every time we get to the quarter rest, we're going to move up to the very next octave, or the very next group of C, D, and E. So we're going to start right here. So let's start C, D, E, move up to the next one, C, D, E, move to the next one, C, D, E, and then up to the very last one. Now we have half notes. So if we were in a class, I'd ask, hey, how much longer are half notes and quarter notes? But I'm going to go ahead and tell you they are 2 beats, so they're going to be longer than what we just did. So we're going to do C, 2, D, 2, and E, 2, 3, 4, because we got a whole note now. Okay? All right, so that's the basic premise of that piece. If you go down to 115, you're going to see basically the same thing except in reverse. So you're going to use your left hand, put 1 on E, and then go down from there. So this time you're going to want to pick some place that's a little bit farther up in the piano. Okay? And then you have basically the same exercise on the next page, on page 17 with F, G, A, and B. What you're going to do is you can split the notes in between the two. So you can put 2 and 3 on F and G, and 2 and 3 on A and B. And then you do basically the same thing that you did on the first page with going up and then going down. It should be pretty self-explanatory, but it's just a good practice to get into. So, all right.